Yo, come on, come all, nothing but love, nothing but respect. You know what we do, what we done, what we is, and what we is here today, bringing you guys and girls. Chapter 400. Chapter 400. What a marvelous, marvelous, marvelous landmark for Hunter x Hunter. We're here for chapter 400 of Hunter x Hunter. Alright, I'm excited, I'm keen. Alright, I'm just. I can't believe we've actually gotten to this point, considering how long we have been in droughts. Like, being a Hunter x Hunter fan, honestly, as amazing as it is, has been like one of those situations where we are just desperate for water. So thank goodness I'm something like a One Piece fan as well, where I can just drink constantly with that, because it'll help tide me over with times like this. But I also heard that this is the last chapter we get for a little bit, and that the next batch of chapters are going to come out, but it's no timeline has been given for them yet, even though that they are they've been worked on and finished, right? So I'm excited, I'm nervous. You guys know from if you've been watching my countdown to chapter 400, right, I've been like a little bit panicky about what they're going to do for such a monumentous chapter, including being absolutely terrified that I got a feeling spiders are going to die. And I love the spiders a hell of a lot, so this has got me really panicked. But that being said, we're going to get straight into this. But you know what to do. You know, before we do all that, you know what to do. You know what's appreciated. You know what is expected at this point in time. Alright, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for more notifications for content like this. Give the video a thumbs up and all that good stuff. Right, and I do apologise if you can hear my little fluffy companion meowing in the background. But let's get into it. So, the chapter's name is Concealed. Okay, so maybe we're going to follow through then with what was set up in the last few chapters, where we've been going into the, is it the Heli family hideout? Number 400, Concealed. It's 1 to 200 meters away, but since it's not settling on a direction, it's either right above or below. Distance means it's either on tier 2 or 4. Let's try going down first. Once we start making our way down to tier 4, it'll be pretty obvious if we're getting hotter or colder. Would be easier if you use N, Sphinx. Oh, okay, so he's just like, why don't you just use your N to figure it out? Think for a sec, will ya? It'd be sensory overload in a crowd like this. Not to mention I'm lousy at picking up subtle strategic tells with it. My N always breaks when I'm distracted by someone talking or moving. And obviously I can't... Whoa, dude. I'm going to have to zoom in on this. Wait, can I? There we go. The text is literally so small on this page right now that I can't see it. And obviously I can't use it while moving either. Best I can do is scope out a smaller area like that storehouse from before. Using it around so many possible hostiles would leave me vulnerable too. It'd be like walking into a slum wearing nothing but a sign that says "shoot me." Oh, okay, and they've caught up immediately too, haven't they? You guys are you guys are still loitering about? That's our line. What the heck are you doing back already? I'll tell you later. Did the transmitter move? Yes, we were deciding if it's up or down. You realize it hasn't even been 10 minutes since you left, right? Oh, feels like it was longer. We're guessing it's most likely up on tier 2, but first we're heading down to rule out the other option. From there, we can just use the Cha'ar's hidden passage to get back up. We got word to let you pass from the R and U families. Tier 2. If Henry drops in, tell him that we went to the Cha'ar office. Understood. Hardly surprising since we're dealing with the Mafia, but something feels off. Like we don't have the whole picture up or down. This is bugging me. Couldn't you tell where on the ship you were? Nah. Don't have a clue. Seems like their head formed a Nen space. It says we've gotten further. We've got to be on. They've got to be on tier 2 then. Interesting. That's why I was so uneasy. With the heli boss around on one of the higher floors, there's no just cause for their war. Wait, I gotta read that again. That's why I was so uneasy. With the heli boss already on one of the higher floors, there's no just cause for their war. Not only that, but it just doesn't add up for all their members to be out killing while their boss was hiding away somewhere remote. This isn't any of our business, but the heli are likely abusing an old pact or something here. Let's go straight to the charter office. No, we should swing by and grab Franklin first. We don't know how many men the heli have. More importantly, we may have underestimated their power. Abusing an ancient pact. That just might be it. Even if they're a ragtag group of punks, it'd be a pain if their top brass turn out to have some troublesome abilities. Hey, let's not forget that this is just a sideshow till we find Ahsoka. I know that. True. Oh wait, so was that still supposed to be part of that same conversation? Or is that odd paneling? True, would have an easier time cornering Ahsoka. Okay, no, that's continuing on, but it's just showing it's still coming from him. That is a very confusing panel, Tagashi. True, would have an easier time conferring Ahsoka if we use that passage to the top. But fetching Franklin would be safer, especially if Ahsoka shows up during our little sideshow. Whatever, I think you're just fixating on those guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we bring you grave news. Please stop what you're doing and listen carefully. Yo, that is not a good thing to hear. This is an emergency announcement. Well, I won't deny it. We're up against some pretty interesting looking characters. Nobunaga is a sucker for a good enemy. Alright, so we're back up top. Is that, I forgot her name, but she's one of the princes. Meet Madovic, the amnesiac hitman. The only thing I can remember is how to wield a gun, but Prince Tyson still hired me. Wait, is that that looks like Pariston. Dude, how is that not Pariston? What? Surely that's just him pretending to be someone else. I'm Himansei, the worldwide superstar. The prince is the only girl I've ever met to not know who I was. She even said I wasn't her type. Nobody's ever said that to me before. I'm Enzel. I'm actually Prince Tyson's little brother. But that's a secret only he and I know about. Really? So, wait, is this her just making shit up, or is this real? Because that would mean that the Queen's been doing a little bit of the naughty behind the king's back. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm the renowned tutor Hugo. Under my supervision, even a mud-eating ignoramus is guaranteed to get into their dream school. And I'm the Prince of Planet Mooney in the Cesar Nebula. I came to Earth in search of a wife. So the prince has all her employees roleplay as different characters, huh? Hey, don't spoil it. Saying that kind of thing is sacrilege here. So that is Pariston then, right? That's... What the shit is that? They're not role-playing. They're all been reborn. You're going to be reborn too when you're here on the ship. Giuliano. Ryusu! From now on, you're a bodyguard who looks cold, but deep down, you're really sweet. Yeah, it's reincarnation time. Huh. Isn't that my role? At a glance, Giuliano and the others guy don't seem that any different. But it was worrying how calm they looked after reading that Bible. There's no doubt about it, the Six Princes and Nen Beast power and that Bible are linked. If that power propagates devotion, then wouldn't it be impossible to envelop the king himself and just order him to end the fighting? Prince, have you ever handed out the Bible to the other princes? I gave all the lower princes and their mummies a copy, but they probably never read it. I don't think they junked them though. This succession war is real tricky. It's sad, but I've got almost no pull with anyone. Did you get to hand one to the king? I need Mama's permission if I want to see Papa. It was mostly her job to hand them out, so I believe she did. That was the condition I gave to join the succession war. I wanted to turn them down at first. I told Mama that I'd never dream of forcing my kids into a succession war if I were her. And that really upset her. She said she couldn't stand the idea of the other queens pitying her. It seems she really wanted to win this war. Unfortunately, my only weapons are love and devotion. Prince, please speak with your dear mother and ask her to have the king read it at the next banquet. It's very important. It could change the fate of everyone on board. Wow, you're being so kind and supportive. Okay, I'll try and talk to Mama soon. Back in room 1010. These restrictions can't wait. Why can't I meet Fugetsu? I'm the queen's mother, for heaven's sake. Don't you realize how distressing it is to keep a mother away from her child? Let me see her at once. It's completely unreasonable to lock things down like this. That's it for now. I need to do my best to convince everyone that Kacho is still alive. Unbelievable. I can't see Fugetsu at a suitable time. Then yes, I'll talk. But get everything done and be back in time. Kacho falling so soon hurts. I hated how she always looked right through you. Like she knew everything, but she played an important role as shield for her sister. Fugetsu will follow my every word, but she's not strong enough to win the war. Her being in the Ministry of Justice custody is the best for her protection. I have to try and get them to let me in too. I think I'd return as a ghost in order to protect Fufu. This might be my guardian spirit's ability, but if Fufu can see me, then I have to drop out of the war. I don't want to cause her trouble by draining her aura. If I'm the source of her wariness, do you think telling her the truth would lighten her burden? Ministry of Justice interrogation room. What have I've done something unforgivable. Melody, pull yourself together. You can wallow in your remorse on your own time. I brought it on myself. I have no regrets. Doesn't this make things simpler? I'll make Fugetsu the monarch. If you can't escape fighting, your only option. I'll capitalize on the fact that everyone thinks I'm dead, and the surrounding panic when they think I'm not. That said, I want to keep my death a secret from Fufu for now. I see. In that case, when the time comes, we'll leave it to you to convince your little sister that everyone was mistaken about your death. As long as you're still around, I'm sure she'll swallow your story. I can still hardly believe in any of this ghost or Nen business, but I have to accept it because of the army's report and your current condition, Melody-kun. Funny, even in this hateful situation, your heart's tune is as calm as ever. I have to conclude with Kacho-kun. Just sitting here and moping around isn't going to help anyone. A girl half your age has steeled her resolve and is counting on you. Please, don't let us down. Tell us, Auntie Melody. Are you in or out? Yeah, I'll help. You don't mind, do you? Not at all. Let's start with Melody. Yo, this is a long chapter. Thank goodness. I thought this was gonna go like that, but this has been a long chapter so far. Alright. Where was I up to? Let's start with Melody-kun's predicament. A total of 5 princes have requested a visit with you. Princes 3 and 4 both want you to perform for them in their private quarters. Princes 1, 5, and 7 have gone as far as to offer you amnesty provided you put on a show. What do you mean by amnesty? Keep Keeney a secret? I know. The princes that understand Nen abilities have caught on to the fact that Melody Kun must have been involved with the escape. If she is charged with aiding and abetting a crime, the penalty could be death. They're basically saying, perform for us or we'll see you in court. So it's an indirect way of saying, come help us set the stage for another assassination. What's the problem though? It's not like lowering the amount of princes around is a bad thing, I wonder. There are still a great deal of higher ranking princes, meaning to too many uncertain elements. So it might not work out that well. If you walk into a position where you don't know who is targeting whom, you may as well tighten the noose around your own neck. The ability is intended for healing. The effects it has on one's consciousness is just a side effect. I wonder, would they still be as eager as they knew if they knew the ability can be stopped by simply covering one's ears? No knowledge of that countermeasure might make for a good bargaining chip in an information war. I think a bidding war between the higher princes would break out over it, in preparation for the grand performance. And by performance, you mean massacre, right? Yo, Melody's gutted about this. If we prioritize Prince Fugetsu, it might be best to fool all the princes that have requested us. To trap and purge all the higher ranking ones ourselves. I think we could have success if we administered a slow acting poison orally whilst the princes are unconscious. If we want to do this properly, then I'll prepare all the necessary items. Yo, that is savage as shit. Yo, that wouldn't fly for Saradnik though. That would mean your head too if we fail. Why would you go that far for us? I thought it was already apparent. Melody-kun, I like you. Wait, really? What? I've been struggling to sleep recently. When I think about what's keeping me up at night, I think of you. And your performance has been on my mind non-stop. I cherish those moments of wonder. I never felt such throbbing in my chest before. It was, to say the least, bewildering. Doesn't he realize metronome like Heartbeast is a giveaway? It's too consistent and calm. People assume I'm hired. People assume I'm married to my job, but I assure you, I'm a bona fide romantic. Ooh. Is he a spy? No. He just proposed an assassination plot. Does that mean he's a hired hitman for one of the princes? I believe that prioritizing loved ones and giving them all your support is only natural. But of all the people in the Ministry of Justice, he can dispose of the easiest. So why is he stringing us along? Manipulators tend to present themselves as non-power users. I understand. Let's continue then. Assuming that's true of him, and he's trying to trick us, he must have an ulterior motive. Roger that. I'll gather the tools. You meet with as many of the princes as possible and encourage them to attend the next banquet. If this assassination plot is his motive, does that mean his benefactor is one of the princes who didn't request a meeting? I'll get on with my own things then. We need Fufu on board, so before I explain my deceased status, I need to convince her that the top 4 princes must be defeated at all cost. Okay then, please go ahead, Kacho-kun. Go back through the interrogation room 1. I'll use the door since I can't slip through walls. Don't you want to interrogate me some more? I'm more concerned about your sister. Plus, you'll just flex your right to remain silent. That trick is quite a... Wait, what? Oh, that trick is quite a marvel. Yeah, I must be losing it. I couldn't read Marvel. That is dumb of me. Sorry for the wait. The safest place on this ship is here at the VIP detainment facility. As long as they remain here, even the first prince won't be able to touch them. Sterner-kun, this way please. Yes, sir. In the 1 in a 10,000 chance that the first prince's personal soldiers or the royal army makes its way to this area, I need you to enforce this. I can only trust an outsider like yourself with it, okay? But since the Ministry of Justice, the most neutral institution on the ship, it's crucial to have it declared as the central command immediately in the event of us entering a state of martial law. It must be able to act It must be able to act unilaterally. You mean a situation where an army has to take temporary custody of the 3 branches of government for security reasons? Yo, is he essentially just getting prepped for a coup? The worst case scenario would be them declaring such an emergency and transferring all the power to the Royal Army. Our office would be swarmed with soldiers. If such a thing comes to pass, we would be labelled as dissidents in under 10 minutes and swiftly awarded a death sentence. You're saying it'll be up to this place to prevent the army from going rogue? I'm not privy to all the details on the succession crisis, but is it really that intense? We're not sure ourselves. It's because of that we need these precautions. As a witness, you've been guaranteed a safe return from this voyage, no matter what. That sounds like a death flag. But it's true it'd be an official disaster if everyone were to die. Oh, okay, so she's back. Hi, I'm back. Fu-chan? Fu-chan. Where persons of interest, they shouldn't... Ooh. We're persons of interest. There shouldn't be a way out. Don't tell me she's gone somewhere with her power. Where? I knew it. Did something happen? Without me? Once you've left the exit and entrance... Without me. Once you've left the exit, the entrance should disappear. A one-way tunnel. Is she in the door currently? Could she be using her power to hide from an attacker? Is that Caesar guy from the Ministry of Justice actually our enemy? Oh, phew, I'm so glad. Are you okay? What happened? Catch on, I want to tell you something. I've got massive, huge, game-changing news. It's my magic. I could only use it once a day before, but all of a sudden I'm able to use it like this as much as I like. Not only that, even if I'm by myself, I can still manifest a return door. Oof. I can only go back to where I started, but now I can keep investigating alone while you're resting. Fu-chan, your face looks off color. I'm good. I'm better than good. I'm great. Also, the more I use my magic, the better I feel. It's like I'm overflowing power. I can scout out all sorts of places, and I'll get better and better at using it. Once I'm skilled enough, we can both get out of here. What's going on? Is this really the kind of power that grows in strength by being used? But you seriously don't look well. Please don't push yourself, Fu-chan. I know. Yeah, she grabs her by the forearms. I know. I've always known that you've been protecting and looking over me, Kachan. Now it's my turn. I'll do whatever it takes. No, I want to. Fu-chan. I get it, but please rest a bit, okay? I'm totally fine. Well, I want you to rest them. Let's just lie down and sleep for a bit. We can start again after we wake up, okay? Really? She hasn't even been sleeping, so she passed out right away. Just zonk. Just zonk. That's definitely not normal, but I can understand why. I see. I want to check for myself, but as long as I'm a person of interest, I can't come anywhere near you two, especially Fugetsu. I'll have Caesar organize the times to meet the other princes to match both of your collection times. I'll make it so we can cross each other in the hallway. Ooh. Yo, what the fuck is that? She looks terrifying. So they're walking past and she actually looks like she's on death's door. And he's like trying to avoid eye contact. Look at all those Nen beasts on her. What the fuck? Not good. Fugetsu's aura is dwindling so much, it's like she's using Zetsu. Those evil spirits are being drawn to her unstable heartbeat. What happened in just a few days? Her life force has been whittled away so much. What should I do? All those spirits possessing her. If this keeps up, she'll die. I need to get someone to perform an exorcism quickly. Please enter. You have 10 minutes. Everything you say will be recorded. Anything can be used against you in a court of law, which is why you are being provided a court-approved attorney. Why is her heartbeat so extremely debilitated? What's most alarming is I can tell what's causing the change. There's no sign of any direct possession. Something this extreme should definitely leave a trace. The timing is suspicious. It's likely that whoever is behind this is planning to use either meeting with me now to negotiate using her as a hostage. The third prince? I'm surprised a prince would visit me in person. I wanted to treat you with the respect you deserve. Last night's recital was absolutely splendid. I have 2 requests. First, I wish to hear that performance once more. Second, as a token of my admiration, I wish for you to hold on to something for me. Do you wish to accept his gift? Of course. It's just a little something I made. A coin? Wait. I'm Banitane, the captain of the 4th Prince's private guard. Here in his stead. I am aware of how meaningless it is to conduct negotiations here, and so I came to ask something. A negotiation? The 4th Prince would like to invite you to his room. Are you willing to accept his invitation? It's an absolute honor, but I'm not at liberty to decide that. And that's because you are hired as a bodyguard for Prince Cacho, correct? I cannot give any answers pertaining to the details of my contract. Very well, let me change the topic. Are you against the idea of performing again? On a personal level, I'm happy to perform for anyone that desires to hear me play, so long as I have enough time to prepare. That's marvelous news. I'm sure the 4th Prince will be thrilled to hear that. That said, I'm sure we can start our negotiations here. What is that supposed to mean? We can negotiate whatever you wish, if you could elaborate. His heartbeat is bewildered and full of confusion. It's not the 4th Prince's doing. That rules out Princes 3 and 4. 2 down, 3 to go. Yo, this is the longest chapter. God damn. I see. So even if you are to perform at the next banquet, we can't afford to carry out your plan. Yeah. As long as we aren't sure who's behind Prince Fugetsu's strange condition, it's best not to make any careless moves. We urgently have to find out exactly what's eating away at her before it's too late. Please hurry with the preparations on my bail. I can't do that. If I lift your level of restriction, we'll lose the ability to refuse a prince's summons. It'd be the equivalent of handing you over to the 1st Prince's private guards. Okay, Then go tell Kurapika in room 1014 and tell him everything. He's the only one I can rely on. Everything. This is no time for subterfuge. Please hurry. Not a single one of their heartbeats faltered when I brought up the idea of negotiating. Does that mean the one that's behind it is elsewhere? Or did they never have any intent on talking? In that case, I really can't rule out any of the princes as a subject. Damn it. I can already use Nen. After hearing the details, do you consent to the contract? I consent. We can skip the water divination. I'll join hands with the 5th prince, Tubepa. Tubepa? No chance to catch their breath, yo. For information about future serialization plans, please turn the page. Hana of Hana 400N. Okay, what's the announcement? Okay. Hana, special announcement. Thank you for reading Hana. After discussing between Togashi-sensei and the editorial staff concerning his health, it has been decided that future installments of Hana will no longer be released under the same old weekly serialization model. Togashi-sensei will still pen the remaining story of Hana to its completion, with the help of the editorial team. However, the particulars of how and when these future chapters will be released will be clarified in a future issue of Shonen Jump. Once again, thank you for reading Shonen Jump editorial staff. Damn. Yo, this was a long chapter. A good chapter, but a long chapter. Bro, Togashi coming through just like, look, you're not going to get some chapters for a while, so here's a full-length feature novel. Like, damn. Alright, so what are the talking points to go over? So, deck 2 is where the hideout's going to be. They all squad up again. We get more stuff with the princes and... yeah. We get more stuff with the princes and how they've all sort of, specifically, this prince. And how, how can I forget her name? Hang on. Her name was here somewhere, wasn't it? Where was it? What's her name? How am I forgetting? Do you know what? I'm just gonna whip it up. Alright, I need to. Next time I start reading Hana, right? I need to just have the list of all the princes up. It'll just make my life so much easier. Alright, where are we? Those are the wives. Here's the princes. Alright, 6th prince, Tyson. Oh, how did I forget Tyson? It's such an easy one too. Right. So, we had Tyson doing roleplay with the bodyguards and that. Not really a lot going on there. The big part, right, was with Kacho and Fugetsu, right? And Melody. And so... obviously, I've got to refresh myself, but when she died, right, all those Nen beasts were coming after her because she tried to go past the ship too far, from memory. So, I wonder if these attached to her at that point. But if that's the case, wouldn't Kacho be able to identify that and vocalize that? If not, it may be a personal attack that people are attacking her, or her mental state is so low it's actually attracting all these beasts in the first place. Because these things, there are different looks between them, but enough of them are the same to say they could be from the same group or the same person doing them. You know what I mean? So that's definitely really interesting. Also, really interesting that the 3rd prince... well, actually, not just the 3rd prince, like, all those princes came through on that. Yes, they're all, fighting for supremacy and that on it. So it does make sense for them all to try and get in contact to sort this situation out. But it's interesting that he's the only one that came in person, showing that respect, right? But specifically, he gave her one of the coins. So I'm really interested to see how that coin's going to end up playing out. Because from memory, he talked about the fact that Nenbeast produces these coins at the moment, right? But he doesn't know what they do yet. So I'm waiting for that to be something crazy big, right? That being said, chapter 400 was a big chapter. A lot happened. Not what I expected to happen in the slightest, though. Just still a big, long chapter. Unfortunately, I don't think I can give this chapter a decent rate. Like, I say decent rating. I don't think I can decently give this chapter a rating because it would be too hard to rate, right? Because the problem with a lot of Hunter x Hunter chapters is you don't know how much of this information is going to be groundbreaking until something happens where you're like, shit, it was all there. You know what I mean? So I don't think I can rate it. In terms of panel, though, for what is the best panel of this chapter, I've got to give it. I really got to give it to Fugetsu crossing Melody in the hallway and just the death coming off her back. It is just crazy looking. Absolutely haunting. Love it, though. That being said, this was chapter 400. Woo! 400 of Hunter x Hunter. Unfortunately, we're going to be on break again for a little bit for Hunter x Hunter, but it is what it is. I'm just glad that we got a few chapters while we did, right? But hopefully we're going to get more chapters coming again soon. The message at the end was definitely one of those, trying to think of the right word for this. It was a hopeful message, to say the least, to know that we're getting more chapters. That being said, let me know what your thoughts are of this chapter, or if I missed anything on this chapter that you want to point out in the comments down below, or if you want to take it an extra step further, right, you can do so by clicking in the link tree in the description down below. The link tree will take you to things like my Discord, where you can talk anything anime and manga related, my Twitter, my Twitch, my TikTok, alright, to check out more content down on those places and, follow me there, share that love. And while you're at it, if you haven't done so already, like I said at the beginning of the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for more notifications for content like this, give the video a thumbs up and all that good shit. Help us hit our goal of 150 subscribers. And at this point in time, not only is this the last chapter of Hunter x Hunter for a while, this is going to be the last chapter of Hunter x Hunter for 2022. So until the next video of mine that you watch, or if you're only here for my Hunter x Hunter stuff, when the next chapter of Hunter x Hunter drops, I'll see you again then, or I'll be back again then, right? That being said, nothing but love, nothing but respect. Have a damn good day, and have a good new year. Goodbye.